Hi guys, as I said in the past video, we're going to talk about the AeroCool GLO RGB case. Now, here it is. I already removed the tempered glass side panel because I want to go deep into the case and show you what it actually has and what you could do, because it's a budget case, and for this kind of price, and I'll put the link below for you guys to check it. I'm not going to say it here. And for that kind of price you get loads of options right here. Now you have one pre-installed 120mm fan right at the back, which said isn't RGB, but still you get one fan extra. Next to that you have the bottom part here, which you could place the radiator 360, and you could place of course three fans 120 or on top of that radiator as well. And here on front you have the option to put one 280 or one 280 or one 240 radiator as well. Now here you have the possibility and options for the SSDs, for the reservoir. You could place the pump here, reservoir here. Anything is possible with this case, because you can see it has loads of space here, and they place the power supply right at the top here. Now, comparing the cases which have the power supply shroud down here, and when you do everything here lower, it kind of cramps up. It doesn't have that much space for cables. I mean, it does, but here is a completely different story. Now I know there are other cases which have this kind of settings, but still, let's talk about this one. Now here, as you can see, this is the back panel. It has some kind of ribs where you could place where it gets actually the intake or outtake, as however you want to place your fans, from the side next to the motherboard. Now you can place here, I don't know, you could place here the radiator instead of SSDs and manage anything as you wish. Now let's talk about the backside. As you can see, it has, and this is what I was talking about, it has loads of room. I mean, cages have usually loads of room, power supply shroud have loads of room down here, but when you're taking into consideration that you're going to use a custom water loop and you don't want to, you know, drill cut anything, this is something more practical. And I'm saying practical because, for instance, EK water blocks has the brackets for the pumps, and you could place, I don't know, the radiator down here, and then you could place the fan and the bracket and then the pump for the water cooling loop. In the other case, you have the power supply shroud, and then you have to think of something where to put the pump, or are you going with the resin combo option or that kind of stuff. But okay. And then you have the power supply here, which you see you have loads of storage space here, and I don't mean storage space and in gigabytes, right, or terabytes. You have loads of space here for the cables. You can nicely manage the cables here from upper part of the case, and, you know, lower the 24-pin 8-pin APS or for your graphic card or whatever you wish. And you have this kind of holes for the zip ties to zip up the cables to make them look really nice. The backside has about 2 centimeters space, so you could place the whole set of cables behind. Even, I mean, you have loads of space here, so I don't see a need for those kind of stuff. As for the cables, you get the 3-pin fan here, and you also have the 3.0 USB connector. You get the RGB, addressable RGB connector here. You get the front panel connectors, audio connectors, and the SATA connector for the power for the RGB. Also here you have a cage for your hard drive or your SSDs or whatever you wish. And we have a box here. Now I didn't open it yet. We have here, oh nice, this looks really nice actually, because Every single time I get, you know, a case or a buy case or any other component, you get some kind of sticker badges or whatever, and they all look, you know, similar, the same square logo. This is actually carved up, and the AeroCool. This is the first time I'm thinking of placing it on a case, you know. But since this is going to be a custom build, I'm definitely going to use this too. Okay, never mind that. That doesn't have to do anything with the review or anything. This is just cool from AeroCool, and that's all. You get screws for your motherboard, for your power supply. You get loads of zip ties. Now you have here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, around 12 zip ties, which is quite enough to manage your cables at the back of the case. Apart from the side here where I said that you could place your radiator here, and this is 240 radiator, you have to remove this part so you get a nice airflow. And then you might be thinking, where am I going to put my SSDs? Where the thing is, you have extra 2 slots right over here where you can place your SSDs. So basically you have one 3.5 inch for your hard drives, you have 2 for your 2.5 inch SSDs. You can place a radiator here on the front and on the bottom side. So there's 3 placements for your radiators, 360 and 240, or instead of 240, 280 millimeter radiator. And it gives you loads of space for the cables. As you can see, I don't even have to bother you know, arranging it because they fit nicely inside. And I'm not saying any other case doesn't have that, I'm just saying this one is very practical. Don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against standard cases with standard power supply shrouds. I'm just saying this is also cool, even though it's even though older cases used to have it. It actually has really loads of potential for modifying it, and that is what I love when I see a case that you could modify everything out of it. That is what I love about the case. Now also it supports standard ATX, it supports mini ITX and micro ATX boards. You could place your card, I mean any card can fit right here because you have loads of space, and you have here 2, 4, 7 brackets for your PCI Express card, so you can manage anything. At the back you have another connector here that holds the PCI cards here as well, so that is another plus. And you have loads of holes. I mean, if you don't put your radiator here, or if you don't put your SSDs here, you're gonna have, I would say, some kind of empty space. So I would say more space for modifying and adding stuff, because in my build that I'm going to do, this is definitely, well, it definitely needs to be filled up. So guys, this is a kind of short review for you guys to notice the AeroCool GLO case, and this is my short take on it because, well, it has a nice design, everything looks nice and slick. And I forgot to say, on the top you have the power button, RGB button, and you have 2 USBs 3.0, and you have the microphone and headset jack. So all in all, for this price range, you get an outstanding case with loads of options, and to fill it up with water cooling kit, or if you don't want to fill it up, you get a nice airflow. You could manage it very nicely, and even the cables, I mean, the cables can be done so nicely right here in this case. It is just super cool. There is another from AeroCool case that is in the same budget, but I chose this one for this project, so I'm going to place that case also in the links below, and I'll pin it in the top comment as well. Thank you for watching this video about the AeroCool GLO RGB case, and well, see you very soon guys. More videos coming as always. Don't forget to sub and like, and bye bye.